Okay, dear students, now we are going to look into supplementary reader in Unit 1. Okay, all of you just turn to page number 26. I hope all of you are having your textbook with you and your classwork note with you. Okay, so as I tell the new word, you have to just underline it and write that in your note and find the meaning of it from the dictionary. Okay. Yeah, supplementary reader, The Woman on Platform 8. It is written by Ruskin Bond. Okay, one of the Indians' favorite writer. Okay, we will just look now, have a glance about himself. Uh, Ruskin Bond. Okay, about the author. Ruskin Bond is a short story writer, novelist, and poet. Okay, yeah, the favorite writer of Indian children. Okay, he is a short story writer, novelist, and a poet. Okay, his first novel, Room on the Roof, was published when he was still in his teens. When he was a teenager, this his first novel was published, and this novel won him the John Race Memorial Award in 1957. He also writes about children and the simple hill folk of Uttarakhand. So he has written many things. Even he has written for children, especially children in Uttarakhand. Okay, simplicity and fluency of language and an insight into human nature are hallmarks of his style. Okay, his language will be simple and it always gives an insight to human nature. Okay, the next one. His major writings includes An Island of Trees. It's a very good one. An Island of Trees. When we were studying in college, we have studied it, and A Bond with a Mountain and the India I Love. I love. So because he has taken his platforms are from India, his set no he has set his all backgrounds in India for his novel stories. He was mostly liked by Indian children. Okay, he has also been honored with the Sakitya Academy Award for his contribution to Indian literature. Okay. He has contributed a lot to Indian literature, so he got the highest Academy Award of India, that is Sakitya Academy Award. Okay, let's move on to the story now. All of you just take page number 26. 26 in a book. Okay. The Woman on Platform 8, Ruskin Bond. Section 1. It was my second year at boarding school, and I was sitting on platform 8 at Ambala station, waiting for the northern bound train. Okay. So here the story starts up with a one who is standing in a railway station. I think I was about 12 at that time. So she was 12 at the time. My parents consider me old enough to travel alone, and I had arrived by bus at Ambala early in the evening. Now there was a wait till midnight before my train arrived. So she was waiting for the train till midnight from the evening. Okay, most of the time I had been facing up and down the platform, browsing at the bookstall or feeding broken biscuits to stray dogs. So what she was doing, she was looking here and there in the platform and just going to the bookstall and seeing the books, because they do not have as much as like no the mobile and all during those time. So when there were no mobiles are about to come, the reading habit of the people has gone. Okay, So she was searching, no, browsing in the boot stall, and then she was feeding broken biscuit to the stray dog. No, stray dogs means thirunaigal. Okay, thirunai. Okay. Trains came and went, and the platform would be quiet for a while, and then when a train arrived, it would be around in furrow of heaving. Okay, in furrow, underline the word in furrow. I need the Tamil meaning. It is like uncontrollable, something like that. Okay, of heaving, breathing, and shouting, agitated human bodies. As the carriage door opened, a tide of people would sit down upon a nervous little ticket collector at the gate, and every time this happened, I would be caught in the rush and swept outside the station. The station is fully crowded. That's what the author is trying to say here. Now, tried of this game and of amping about the platform, I sat down on my suitcase and gazed dismally across the railway tracks. What is the? We are just going to look at the meaning of, yeah, dismally, which means some dreadful manner. Okay, dreadful. It is a dreadful. Okay, across the railway tracks. You just write down the Tamil meaning in your note. Trolleys rolled past me. Okay, trolleys now போயிட்டு and I was conscious of the cries of various vendors. Vendors na yarma வியாபாரிகள். Okay, the men who sold curd and lemon, the sweet meat seller, the newspaper boy, but I had lost interest in all that went on along the busy platform and continued to stare across the railway tracks, feeling bored and little lonely. Yeah. Are you alone, my son? Asked a soft voice close behind. Okay, this is not a girl, but boy. Okay, so பின்னால இருந்து தனியாவா இருக்கிற அப்படின்னு கேக்குறான். Okay, I looked up and saw a woman standing near me. She was leaning over, and I saw a pale face and dark, kind eyes. She wore no jewels and was dressed very simple in white saree. Okay, pale. The word pale means simple, yes, not much. So you can underline the word pale, and you can write the meaning of it in Tamil. Okay. And yes, I'm going to school, I said, and stood up respectfully. She seemed poor, but there was a dignity about her. What is the meaning of dignity? Dignity means, okay, Nirmay, about her and commanded respect. I have been watching you for some time, she said. Don't your parents come to see you off? I don't live here, I said. I had to change trains anyway. I can travel alone. I'm sure you can, she said. And I liked her for saying that, and I also liked her for the simplicity of her dress and for her deep, soft voice. The next page, okay, page number 27. And the serenity of her face, underline. Okay, just whenever I say underline, you have to underline and find the meaning from the dictionary, and you have to write as a new word meaning in your note. Don't forget. Okay, sanity means yeah, there were no stress, nothing. She was just having a normal face. Okay, tell me, what's your name? She asked. Arun, I said. And now, and how long do you have to wait for your train about an hour I think. பையன் சொல்றான் நான் 1 மணி நேரம் வெயிட் பண்ணும். It comes at 12 o'clock. Then come with me and have something to eat. I was going to refuse out of shyness. Shyness na? Okay, find the meaning of shyness. Shy. Suspicion. Doubt. But she took me by hand and then I felt it would be silly to pull my hand away. She told a coolie வேலை பார்க்குறவங்க to look after my suitcase. Okay, அந்த suitcase பார்த்துக்கோங்க. And then she led me away down from the platform. Her hands was gentle and she held me mine neither too firmly nor too lightly. ரொம்ப டைட்டாகவும் பிடிக்கல, ரொம்ப ஹார்டாகவும் பிடிக்கல. I looked up at her again. She was not young and she was not old. She must have been over 30. But had she been 50, I think she would have looked much the same. Okay, ரொம்ப வயசானவங்களும் கிடையாது, ரொம்ப யங் ஏஜும் கிடையாது. ஸோ அவனை பிடிச்சி கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிட்டுருக்காங்க. She took me into the station dining room. Okay, ஸ்டேஷனில் இருக்கிற கேன்டீன் கூட்டிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க. Order tea and samosas and jalebis. And at once I began to thaw and take a new interest in this kind of woman. Think, okay, began to think. It is not thought. Think. Okay, the strange encounter. See, encounter, meeting. Okay, encounter means meeting. Had little effect on my appetite. I was hungry, schoolboy, and I ate as much as I could in. Okay, I ate as much as I could in as polite a manner as possible. She took obvious pleasure. Obvious. Underline the word and find the meaning. Okay. Obvious pleasure in watching me eat. And I think it was the food that strengthened the bond between us and commanded our friends. For under the influence of the tea and sweets, I began to talk quite freely. Okay, நான் கொஞ்சம் ஃப்ரீயாக அவங்ககிட்ட பேச ஆரம்பித்தேன். And told her about my school, my friends, my likes and dislikes. Okay, அந்த பையன் அவனோட எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டான். She questioned me quietly from time to time but preferred listening. Okay, கேள்வி கேட்டுட்டே இருந்தாங்க, ஆனால் நான் என்ன பதில் சொல்கிறேன்றதை கவனிச்சிட்டே இருந்தேன். She drew me out very well and I had soon forgotten that we were strangers. Okay, நாங்கள் ரெண்டு பேரும் strangers. Underline the word strangers. ஒருத்தருக்கு ஒருத்தர் தெரியாதவங்கிறதையும் நாங்கள் மறந்துட்டோம். But she did not ask me about my family or where I live, and I did not ask her where she lived. I accepted her for what she had been to me, a quiet and gentle woman who gave sweet to a lonely boy on a railway platform. After about half an hour, we left the dining room and began walking back along the platform. An engine was shunting up and down beside platform 8. And as it approaches, a boy leaped off the platform and train crossed the rails, taking a shortcut of next platform. Okay, நம்ம பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கும்போதே ஒரு பையன் வந்து அந்த ட்ரெயின் வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு, ஒரு பையன் அந்த ரயில்வே ட்ராக்ல குதிச்சு அடுத்த ட்ராக்குக்கு போகிறதுக்கு பார்க்குறான். A boy leapt off. Okay, taking a shortcut. Okay, he was at the safe distance from the engine. இன்ஜின்ல இருந்து சரி கொஞ்சம் தூரமாக தான் நிற்கிறான், அதனால போயிடுவான்னு எல்லாரும் நினைக்கிறாங்க. And there was no danger unless he had fallen. அவன் கீழே விழுந்தால் ஒழிய வேற எந்த டேஞ்சரும் அவனுக்கு கிடையாது. But as he leapt leaped across the rails. The woman clutched my arm. அவன் போகும்போது இந்த லேடி என்னுடைய கையை இறுக்கி பிடிச்சாங்க. Her fingers dug into my flesh and I winced with pain. Underline the word winch. Okay, find the meaning. Okay, I caught her fingers and looked up her and I saw a spasm of pain and fear and sadness was across her face. அவங்க முகத்துல வலி, வேதனை, கவலை, பயம் எல்லாம் ஓடிட்டு. She watched the boy as he climbed the other platform, and it was not until he had disappeared in the crowd that she relaxed her hold on my arm. அந்த பையன் அந்த சைடு கடந்து போன பிறகுதான் அவ பிடிச்சிருந்த அந்த தீயை அவ ரிலீஸ் பண்ணான். She smiled at me reassuringly. Okay, underline the word reassuring. And took my hand again, but her fingers trembled against mine. She was all right, I said, feeling that it was she who needed reassurance. Okay, reassurance. Assurance na urudi. திரும்ப உறுதிப்படுத்துதல். Okay. She smiled gratefully at me and pressed my hands. We walked together in silence until we reached the place where I had left my suitcase. One of my school fellows, Satish, a boy of about my age, had turned up with his mother. Anga Satish vandirundha avanga amma kuda. Hello Arun, he called. The train's coming in late as usual. Did you know we have a new headmaster this year? We shook hands. Okay, அவன் கேக்குறான், நமக்கு ஒரு புது ஹெட்மாஸ்டர் இருக்கிறாங்க தெரியுமா உனக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் ஹேண்ட் ஷேக் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. And then he turned to his mother and said, "This is Arun, mother. He is one of my friends and the best bowler in the class." அவன் கிரிக்கெட்ல நல்ல பவுலர். Okay, I am glad to know that, said his mother, a large, imposing woman. Underline the word imposing and find the meaning. Okay. Who wore spectacles. Okay, கண்ணாடி போட்டிருந்தாங்க. She looked at the woman who led my hands and said, "And I suppose you are Arun's mother?" நான் நினைக்கிறேன் நீங்க அருணுக்கு அம்மா தானே அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். I opened my mouth and made some explanation, but before I could say anything, the woman replied, "Yes, I am Arun's mother." I was unable to speak a word. I looked quickly up at the woman, but she did not appear to be at all embarrassed. பதட்டமானவங்கள மாதிரியே எனக்கு தெரியல. Embarrassed meaning in Tamil I need. Okay. And was smiling at Satish's mother. Satish's mother said, "It's such a nuisance." Sense opposite. Okay. Nuisance. Having to wait for the train right in the middle of the night. But one cannot let the child wait here alone. Anything can happen to a boy at a big station like this. There are so many suspicious characters hanging about. யாருமே அவங்க பிள்ளைங்களை இந்த ஸ்டேஷனுக்கு தனியா விட மாட்டாங்க. இந்த ஸ்டேஷன்ல நிறைய பேர் வந்து சந்தேகப்படும்படியாக சுத்திட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சதீஷ் அம்மா சொல்றாங்க. These days one has to be very careful of strangers. ஸ்ட்ரேஞ்சரை பத்தி ரொம்ப கவனமா இருக்கணும். Arun can travel alone though, said the woman beside me, and somehow I felt grateful to her for saying that. I had already forgiven her for lying. அவங்க சொன்ன தப்ப நான் மறந்துட்டேன். அவங்க சொன்னாங்க அருண் தனியாவே போவான் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. And besides, I had taken an instinctive dislike to Sati's mother. ஆனா சதீஷ் மதர் சொன்னது அருணுக்கு பிடிக்கல. Okay, well, be very careful, Arun, said Sati's mother, looking sternly at me through her spectacles. அந்த spectacle வச்சு அப்படி ஒரு மாதிரி பார்க்கறாங்க. Okay, okay, new word. Okay, be very careful when your mother is not with you, and never talk to strangers. I looked from Sati's mother to the woman who had given me tea and seeds, and then back at Sati's mother. I like strangers, I said. எனக்கு strangers ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும், புதுசா பார்க்கறவங்கள ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். Sati's mother definitely staggered a little. What does it mean by staggered? Okay, you have to find the Tamil meaning, but I will just tell English meaning of it. Okay, staggered. Yeah, the word staggered means walk as if unable to control one's movement. Okay, ஒரு கொஞ்சம் தடுமாடிட்டாங்க. Okay, a little, as obvious she was not used to being contradicted by small boy. சின்ன பையன் நமக்கு இப்படி சொல்றானே அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி அவங்க பார்க்கறாங்க. There you are, you see. If you don't watch over them all the time, they'll walk straight into trouble. Always listen to what your mother tells you, she said, wagging a fat little finger. அந்த சின்ன விரலை தூக்கி கைய ஆட்டிட்டே பேசுறான். wagging means ஆட்டுறது, சரியா? ஓகே, அசைக்கிறது, மூவ் பண்றது. ஓகே, and never talk to strangers. Okay, so just we have come thus far. I glared resentfully at her. Okay, underline the word resentfully. Mostly all the words in red color is going to be a new words, so I will just narrate the meaning of them in English. You are going to find the meaning of it in Tamil. Okay, yeah, bitter. Resentfully means bitter. Okay, and moved close to the woman who had befriended me. Satish was standing behind his mother, grinning at me. Okay, grinning. What is the meaning of grinning? So underline. So it is, yeah, you have to underline because you are going to find the meaning. Yes, grinning is a facial expression. Okay, ஆச்சரியத்துல யூஸ் பண்ற facial expression. And related in my clash with his mother. Apparently he was on my side. The station bell clanged. Okay, bell அடிச்சிருச்சு. And the people who had till now been squatting resignedly on the platform began hustling about. Okay, so here you should know the meaning of squatting. SQUATTING, squatting. What is that? What does it mean by squatting? Okay, கால் மேல கால் போட்டு உட்கார்ந்திருந்தவங்க. Okay, okay, I'm sorry, I have some, yeah, and began to hustling. வேகமா ஓட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க, ஹரி ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. Okay, here it comes, shouted Satish as the engine whistled She can't and okay, shouted, okay, started blowing the whistle in a sense, sound, okay, and the front lights plays over the rails and the board, okay, and the train moved slowly into the station. Moved, it's like moving. The engine hissing and sending out waves of streams. As it come to a stop, Satish jumped on the footboard of the lighted compartment and shouted, "Come on, Arun, this one is empty." And I picked up my suitcase and made a dash for open the open door. We placed ourselves at the open window and okay, சின்ன பிள்ளைங்கலாம் வந்து விண்டோ சைடு உட்கார பார்ப்பாங்களே அத மாதிரி they were also sitting near the window. Okay, and the two women stood outside on the platform talking up to us. Satish's mother did most of the talking. "No, don't jump on and off moving trains as you did just now," she said, "and don't stick your heads out of the window, and don't eat any rubbish on the way." She allowed me to share the benefits of her advice, and she probably did not think my mother a very capable person. Okay, so here the Satish mother gives more advice: don't jump in the running train, and don't lean on your head on the windows, and don't eat anything in the no, on the way, everything. She handed Satish a bag of fruit, a cricket bat, and a big box of chocolates, and told him to share food with me. Then she stood back from the window and watched how my mother behaved. Mother in a sense that lady, okay. கொஞ்சம் எல்லாத்தையும் கொடுத்துட்டு சாக்லேட்டு ஃப்ரூட்டு கிரிக்கெட் பேட்டு எல்லாத்தையும் அவங்க கையில் கொடுத்து அவங்க ஒதுங்கி நின்று பார்க்குறாங்க. I was smarting under the patronizing tone of Sati's mother. Patronizing tone. Underline the word patronizing. A motherly tone of Sati's mother. Who obvious means we have underlined earlier. Obvious means Patayama. Thought mine a very poor family, and I did not intend giving intent. Intent means plan. Okay, திட்டமிடுதல். Giving the other woman away. Okay, I let her take my hands in there, and I could think of nothing to say. I was conscious of Satish's mother staring at us with hard, beady eyes, and I found myself hating her with a firm, unreasoning hate. எனக்கு எதுவும் சதீஷ் அம்மாவை பிடிக்கவே இல்லை அவங்க சொல்றத நான் வச்சு. The guard walked up the platform blowing his whistle for the train to leave. I looked straight into the eyes of okay, இப்போ கார்டு வந்து சத்தம் விசில் அடிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க, ட்ரெயின் போக போகுது. I looked straight into the eyes of the woman who held my hands, and she smiled in a gentle, understanding way. I leaned out of the window, then I put my lips to her cheek and kissed her. Okay, நான் மெதுவா வந்து விண்டோ கிட்ட போயிட்டு அந்த உமனுக்கு அதாவது எங்க அம்மா மாதிரி இருந்தாங்கல்ல அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு நான் கிஸ் பண்ணேன். The carriage. Okay, what is the meaning of jolted? Yeah, the train ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு மூவ்மெண்ட் இருக்குல்ல அது மாதிரி மூவ் ஆகி ஃப்ரண்ட்ல போகுது. And she drew her hand away. Okay. "Goodbye, mother," Satish said, and the train began to move slowly out of the station. Satish and his mother waved each other. "Goodbye," I said to the other woman. "Goodbye, mother." I didn't wave or shout, but sat still in front of the window, gazing about the thinking at the okay. at the woman on the platform. Sati's mother was talking to her, but she did not appear to be listening. She was looking at me as the train took me away. She stood there on the busy platform, a pale, sweet woman in white, and I watched her until she was lost in my violent crowd. Okay, so she was just like Arun's mother. No, she was taking care of him. This is the short story. The story has come to an end, and we are going to see the question answer and everything in the next class. So I'm just going to wind up my class here. Finish writing all the underlined words. Okay, finish writing all the underlined word in your classwork and find the Tamil meaning of it and write them there in your notebook. Okay, bye, take care.